Welcome back, everyone. JAYBONE here for Smash This Podcast. Wow. It's been an interesting week, hasn't it, folks? Very interesting week. We are going to be covering tonight's AEW Dynamite, the second anniversary of Dynamite, season 3, episode 40. But before we do that, we got some news dropped in my lap from, well, none other than ringsidenews.com. So, well, shall we play the old? Should we play the jingle? Let's play the jingle, and then we'll talk some news, and we'll get into tonight's Dynamite. You gonna play it, or are you gonna leave me hanging here? It's okay. Here we go. Jiminy Christmas. And now, it's time for JAYBONE's news. Oh, shit.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
Get out of here with that. What the hell? All right. So, just as AEW Dynamite was ending, I got the notification for this, and I was shocked. So I'm actually reading this all for the first time now. This is not a long read. This is courtesy of ringsidenews.com. The headline: AJ Lee announces return to pro wrestling. And I started rewinding AEW. I was like, shit, did I fast forward through something? Did I close my eyes? Did I blink? Did I miss something? Did what? They made announcements on the TBS title. And then there was some promos from some of the lovely ladies of the AEW women's roster, putting their cards on the table for, wanting to get in on this TBS women's title tournament. We'll talk more about that later. But I was like, wait a minute, did I miss something during that? So I started looking real quickly, here and there throughout the episode. And I'm like, no, this just dropped. I'm like, all right. So I just quick skimmed over the article. I'm like, okay, this is not AEW related. I got the gist of that. So let's look at this. AJ Lee left the pro wrestling world in 2015. You do the math, that's shortly after her husband did in 2014. And sought out her own journey in life. She married CM Punk and became a published author. Self-help books, I believe. You just want to, cover that real quick. It's about her coming out as bipolar and mental health and all that kind of stuff. Mental health, more or less. Now AJ Lee is returning to pro wrestling shortly after her husband did the same. Wow, women of wrestling. All right. I know the whole chat's going to light up with the whole, when are you reviewing season 2? Well, now it looks like I may have to find season 2 to catch up. Damn it. I did not think this was coming back. Not that I wish any ill will on Wow Women of Wrestling. Season 1 was great. I reviewed it on, at least I think I reviewed it on here. That was a few years ago. What's up, everyone in the chat? I've got a few people in here late at night. Terrence Sullivan, Violet, representing the Twitch. Polar family, what's up? Bell's boy. All right, let's keep reading here. Wow Women of Wrestling is making a return, and Tessa Blanchard is attached to the show. So that news came out a couple days ago, within the last few days, I believe. She wasn't the only name attached because another huge name showed up to announce her participation. So this looks like, the picture here looks like it's some kind of press conference. AJ Mendez made her way to the stage during Wow Women of Wrestling's big press conference. She is now officially part of the program. Wow Women of Wrestling was removed from Access TV, but they are reportedly talking to Viacom about a 2022 reboot. Now the former AJ Lee is attached to the show. Ironically, AJ Lee made this big announcement as her husband CM Punk was doing his thing on AEW Dynamite. Wow. We'll get into that later too. Wow, I'm excited for this. Now look, I don't want to get into the whole Tessa Blanchard discussion here. That's been talked ad nauseum. I always felt like someone was going to give her a fresh start. She's been gone for a while. Hopefully she's learned from her mistakes, you know. Bell's Boy here says they have a possible distribution with Viacom / CBS with Laker owner Jeannie Buss. Jeannie Buss remaining as owner. All right. Polar says, I don't see it picking up viewers. Well, it depends on a lot of different things. It really does. Like, I enjoyed how the last couple seasons got taped and then put out there. Very similar to how Lucha Underground did. You know, pick a location, do a set of tapings, wait a month or two, do another set of tapings, and then launch it on TV. And it worked. I felt like it was really good. It was very similar to the way Lucha Underground flowed, matches, backstage segments, cinematic promos, very similar, except it was all women. So very Hollywood. So, I mean, dollar signs for Jeannie Buss are not an issue, I'm guessing. So we'll see what happens here. I don't know. Wake up, Zach. Zach's sleeping on me. The chat here. Wake up. So look, I enjoyed a lot of the women on the show, so I'm hoping some of those return. Now, granted, a lot has changed in the world of women's wrestling as far as these ladies going here, these ladies going there, getting signed, whatever. Now, a lot of them were just, they were indie stars, and a lot of them were only, well, pretty exclusive to Wow Women of Wrestling. I can't think of the name of the young lady who had she was like a southern badass, and she said she was going to make wrestling better. It was kind of a Trump gimmick. Not that I was like pro Trump, but I just liked the gimmick. I felt like she did, out of all the gimmicks on the show, she did hers pretty much the best. The Beast was great. Really enjoyed her. So I have no clue who's coming back. I'm sure some of the originals are going to come back. Ginny's got a lot of connections. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? I'm not going to overthink this right now. I'm very excited to see AJ Lee come back. I know that has been a quiet hot topic ever since Punk returned, because a lot of people thought that AJ Lee was going to return with him to wrestling and join AEW and really kind of give that that division a shot in the arm. You know, I mean, they've got some great talent. It's just showing it, you know. And I felt like they did okay tonight. You know, they introduced the title. They put some women in promos, and they had a great match. So it was a little bit of everything. You know, that's okay. I feel like that's all right. Well, look, and look, I know that there's all sorts of opinions. So by all means, if you're watching this live, great. Throw it into chat. I'll read them later. If you're watching this on the replay, give me your opinion. Are you excited to see her back? Is this going to be enough for you to watch this brand of wrestling, even though Tessa's associated with it? Or are you willing to give Tessa another chance, fresh start, kind of a reboot again, if you will, of this brand? I don't know. Just let me, good or bad, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm kind of excited for it. I thought it was a dead brand, because we've seen brands come and go over the last few years. Ring Warriors felt like it was a great show done out of Samstown. Lasted a handful of episodes and then boom, gone. Never even heard from the producer again, because I was one of the few people on the YouTubes covering it. If I looked for the emails, I could probably find him and hit him up and be like, "Hey, what's happening? You should get hooked up with Jeannie Buss and help her run that." No, I don't know. She's probably got her team all set, ready to go. But it's a process. It's not like, "Hey, let's go live." No, they know what they're going to do. They're probably going to do tapings. I doubt they're going to tour, because it's a different kind of show. So who knows? But let me know. Violet says, I would watch this show because I never got to see it. If you go on YouTube and search Wild Women of Wrestling, you can find like whole matches. There was some YouTube channel out there that would clip all the separate matches on their channel and put them out there. I don't know if they got taken down by now or not. That was a couple of years ago. But this channel also featured like interviews internationally with women in like not scantily clad, just very attractive women like on TV. And that was like the draw. Like, ooh, here's a hot woman on TV. Here's a clip for you. Doing the news or something like that. And it was in this channel with all that stuff. Now, I don't know if it's somewhere else besides that. You're going to have to look. I know they've got their own YouTube channel, but I don't know like how much they actually uploaded to it. I don't remember because I think I unsubscribed. Excuse me. Peaches and Cream. I don't remember that one. Actually, do I? No, I don't. I think I remember the name. I don't remember who. Wait, are you talking? Okay, I thought that was like a legit tag team on the show because I know they introduced a lot of different tag teams and people on the show in that second season. I just never got around to doing it for this reason, that reason, and whatever. Oh, Bell's Boy with an interesting little tidbit here says, I wouldn't be surprised if Lana, aka CJ Perry, goes to WoW also. Yeah, because I mean, I've been saying this on here, you know, in the discussions about AEW, like, hey, she's got to show up like any day now. I know she's a free agent. I think she said she was going to like divulge like what she's doing soon, or she can't spoil it. I don't know if it has to do with her husband or maybe it is something with WoW. I don't know. You know, put it in the chat. Do you want to see Lana go there? I mean, I know she's been working on her wrestling and she was getting better right before she got let go. So, any kind of fresh stage for her would be good to just see her hone her craft if she's still in ring. So who knows? Who knows? All right. Someone else in the chat, I'm scrolling up here, mentioned Bell's Boy. Yes. News on Killer Kelly. We know that she was back in the States and she started doing indie dates. So it felt like her coming back to Impact Wrestling was just like a sure thing. Like, oh, she's back. They're going to sign her. The fans are like, you know, the fans are demanding it. Yeah. It was, you know, done deal. Now it's not. She's taking time off. She's having, I read it earlier, something about she's having trouble breathing. I know she was like, I don't know if it's that like, it's like asthma related. I don't know. It was like, because I know she was dealing with some mental health issues. And I know sometimes when you have like panic attacks, your chest locks up, you have trouble breathing. I've dealt with this before, you know, and you use your inhaler and then like it kind of jump starts your whole system and you start to feel better. I don't know what it is, but whatever she's dealing with, it's obviously nothing to mess with, especially when it's, you know, breathing is, you don't even think about it until you can't do it. And it sucks when you can't. I know this. And so whatever she's got going on, you know, well wishes, prayers, whatever, you know, sending her the best and hope she, number one, figures out this health issue of hers and she can nail it to the wall so that it doesn't affect her future in what she wants to do, which I'm assuming is professional wrestling. But I can understand how this would be affecting her mentally too, because it's quite the roadblock. So, so it looks like she's not going to be in the ring for a while, but I'm going to, you know, keep an eye out there for any news that may, you know, get my eyes and we'll see we'll see what happens. I wish her all the best. I'm just kind of scrolling down the page here to see if I missed anything earlier today. Oh, Jim Cornette had something to say. Jiminy Christmas. We'll just ignore that. Not seeing NXT 2.0 viewership continues to plummet. Plummet Club. It looks like they're trying to join the Plummet Club. No, sorry, no joiners except for our own Plummet Club. Join the Plummet Club for folks. The merch is on sale over on that other little podcast called TNI. Yeah, Polar. Yeah, she says I hope she goes to AEW. Miro does mention her a lot in his promos. LOL. Yes, he does. He talks about his hot wife and numerous other things about her. Coach Keith is in the chat. What is up, brother? How you doing? I saw something else. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about a little Impact news updates. Now, I didn't see the one that dropped today. That is the DMC title. Okay. DMC. Oh, Bell's Boy with some breaking news. Is that true about Bobby Fish? Or are you pulling my leg? Let's see. Let's jump on the old Twitter box here. Oh, here we go. You are correct, sir. And when you are correct, you are correct. Let's do a little share screen-a-rooney here. Welcome to the team. At the Bobby Fish is hashtag All Elite, straight from All Elite Wrestling. We'll call this breaking news because this literally came out like 5 minutes ago. Wow. So does that mean we'll give that a like right away? And a little retweet. There we go. A live retweet. Kip Sabian. Beef. Draven. Holy shit. That's fish, not beef. What? Okay. Any other responses here? When y'all gonna sign original talent? It's obviously someone that does not watch the show because they have original talent on the show all the freaking time. Troll better, dumbass. Troll better. So wow, Bobby Fish. Look, and all in all, and not to be like negative, but I know he struggled in NXT. He had a few injuries, and no, off the top of my head, I don't even remember what they were. But I know they affected his run, his tag team run. He was tag team champ a few times. Let's not kid ourselves. That's nothing to sneeze at. And they, that crew was quite the draw when they were red hot. But now, that crew is no more. Kyle O'Reilly's on his own. Roderick Strong's got his own crew. And now Adam Cole, baby, is back with the Super Clique and the Young Bucks and the Elite and all that super elite thingy. And so now Bobby Fish is joining All Elite. I had a feeling it was going to happen, but I didn't want to assume anything. Like I've said this a billion times, folks. It'll probably be the next T-shirt. JAYBONE says, "Don't assume shit in wrestling." No, I don't know. Probably not. But it's the guy's not a spring chicken. I looked up how old he is. Undisputed Era. Thank you, Courtney. The guy's almost my age. He's like 45. I'm 47. Or he's going to be 45 in a couple weeks. October 20-something. So, Pell's boy, here comes JAYBONE's classic professional podcasting opinion. Well, there you go, folks. Should we do it? All right. In JAYBONE's professional podcasting opinion, this is good. Let's just hope he stays healthy. I don't know what happened to him. Like I said, I don't remember. Hopefully he stays safe. But man, his match tonight looked great. It really did. He looked like he looked healthy. He looked fine. Because I know he was injured right before he got let go. So I was like, or was probably just got done recovering and then he got let go. But I don't remember what the hell it was. All right. So, wow, that's interesting. Let's do some Impact news. Oh, but before we dive into that, if you guys missed the press pass with Deonna Purrazzo and Mickie James, hosted by Hall of Famer Gail Kim and Dr. Ross, I was actually a part of that. and it was my first. Yes, I popped my press pass cherry that day. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little nervous. I mean, I was in the presence of greatness. You could probably tell by watching me, I was a little nervous. But it was great being on there, you know. So I asked the ladies about, how they felt getting out of Skyway Studios and going somewhere new. And the rest was history. I think Gail got a kick out of my podcasting handle, JAYBONE. Some people see that and they're like, what's up with this guy? Just little old me, folks. Just little old me. That's right, Terrence. Which one's Jay? When was press pass? That was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. No, wait. Today? What the hell is today? Today's Wednesday. Was it Monday? I forget. I can't remember what the hell I had for breakfast this morning. But they're going to do one a week. The next one is going to have the Good Brothers. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to try to get in on that one. Yeah, it's 12 noon my time. So, Charles, our little JAYBONE is growing up. What? Doing big things, folks. Press pass approved. And thank you to Simon, who was behind the scenes, who actually let me in. That was very nice. So yeah, we'll see when the next one is. I'm sure they'll announce it. But the Knockouts Knockdown has their last announcements. I don't think I covered any of this stuff on here. Now, of course, I've been staying away from spoilers, so I had no clue who's all in this besides who they announced when they announced this going on. So in the tournament, we got Mercedes Martinez was the first one. Next, Lady Frost, Renee Michelle. Very excited about that. Got a good feeling about her. I got a feeling she's going to be joining the Knockouts crew for on a regular basis. Then we got the announcement. It was official. Decay defending their Knockouts tag team titles versus the Influence. And then the next round of announcements, they had Chelsea Green, fourth entrant, Tasha Steelz, Jamie Senegal. Now, this was new to me. Let's talk about this one for a minute. We talked about this on TNI the other day, so I'm just gonna like kind of just reiterate what we were talking about in that conversation. I did not realize this, and just because I'm not familiar with her at all. So someone in the comments when we were talking about it, was it Tuesday? Had to be Tuesday. Said, is Jamie transgender? And I was like, transgender? I'm looking at the picture and I'm like, oh, it just looks like a mean chick, you know? I don't know. So I start scrolling down her Twitter, and sure enough, I like putting, I'm like seeing what she's referencing, putting two and two together, looking at promo videos, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see it. Yeah. And it's by what's out there, what she's supporting and everything. I'm like, okay, yeah, she is. And I was like, wow. So that is, I believe that's a first for Impact Wrestling. So yeah, congrats to Jamie. Now, I don't know if she's getting signed or if she's just part of the tournament, but and I don't know who she's got like connections with and all that kind of stuff. I'll have to do some more research, but I'm still excited to see some new faces here. Let's see. Tasha Steelz, Jamie Senegal. Seventh entrant is Rachel Ellering. And then Brandy Lauren rounds out the field of the Knockouts Knockdown tournament. That is exciting. So for those of you who don't know, Brandy Lauren is actually on the roster page in this character. And the pictures on her profile are terrifying. I love them. We also got the announcement of Turning Point is going to be live. Very excited about that. And when I was talking to the TNI UK guys earlier today, they're also very excited about these specials. Hopefully all of them becoming live now. And especially with all of the free agents out there, instead of stuff getting leaked a billion times from you know who. He was also on the press pass. Weasel. Sean Ross Sapp. By the way, I love how the Knockouts razzed the shit out of him live. Spoiler. Spoiler. Here comes the spoiler. I loved it. And he goes, oh, people love spoilers. It's like, nah, dumbass, we don't. So goofy. What else here? So yeah, excited about that. Excited for Knockouts Knockdown this weekend. I'll be covering that. So here's a little bit of real life mixed in with this. So I didn't know what was going on this weekend. I told the guys earlier today when I was helping them, I said, I'm going to try to plan it either way for it to be covered. And whoever from TNI and or myself we'll try to cover the Knockouts Knockdown. I gotta double check to see exactly. I think it's Saturday, October 9th. Okay. So 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. Okay. So like the usual. So I texted my son to see what the plan was for this weekend. I didn't know what he had going on, if he had to work, because he's a working man now. I'm so proud of him. But he told me that he's got the homecoming game Friday night, which is going to go late. And then he's got plans with his friends a majority of the next day because he and his friends are going to the homecoming dance Saturday night. And which means so I wouldn't even see him almost all day Saturday. And he said, and there's a good chance he'd have to work on Sunday, which is usually the one day a week he has to work now. So he's like, if it's okay with you, let's skip this weekend. We'll work out something else for a weekend coming up. We'll switch some stuff around with mom or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to be like, no, it's my weekend. You can't go to homecoming. I felt so bad last year because with everything going on in the world, he couldn't do any of that stuff. Sporting events, dances, extracurricular activities, all canceled. I felt so bad for him his freshman year, but he got through it. He was a trooper. And he's able to enjoy some of that stuff now. So I'm very happy. So I was like, I wasn't going to step in front of that by any means. So I was like, yeah, just have your weekend, have fun. I'm so happy you're able to do this now. Because that's what high school is all about, right? Is making these moments with your friends and building memories, And so I'm happy for him. I'm excited for him. I know. I remember my freshman dance like it was yesterday. And the reason why I do is because I was a goof. I was also a dumbass. And we were supposed to wear a tie. This is a Lutheran high school. It was a dress code, so you had to wear a tie. My dumbass got into the dance early when no one was really paying attention, and I was wearing a nice sweater. No shirt, no tie, just a really nice sweater. Well, my dumbass got busted. Parents got called, and they had to bring another set of clothes down to the dance, and yep, the rest is history. Zach, you're funny. You're so funny. So yeah, just to wrap up that little bit of real life from JAYBONE. Who wants story time with JAYBONE? Think of Adam Cole. So yeah, I'll be covering all the stuff this weekend. I don't know what else is happening. I still have to watch Trent's show. I feel so bad. I bought it. I haven't watched it yet. I watched like a match and a half when it was live, and then I got tired and went to bed. I haven't been able to catch up with it yet. So that's still on the plate as well for things to do. God. So yeah. Oh, hey, we're 40 minutes in. Should we start the review? Jiminy Christmas. I tell you, can't take me anywhere.
Who booked this?
I know, right? Who booked this shit? All right. All right, so we are Yes, Violet, off the rails. I mean, are we shocked? Are we surprised? No. It's JAYBONE we're talking about here. This is Smash This Podcast. AEW Dynamite, 2nd year anniversary. Season 3, episode 40. Oh my God, this year. Where the hell did this year go? It's just this year has been off the rails, I'll tell you that much. All right, so we're starting out hot here. We've got the Super Elite. I had to really pay attention. I'm like, okay, so Kenny's in this. This isn't the Super Click. That's Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. So then what the hell do you call it when Kenny's in here? I'm like, is it the Elite Super Mega Whopper Double Chili Onions with sprinkled cheese on top Click? I just so confused where all these group names. I'm like, why can't we just all be Elite? It's the Super Elite. We got Kenny Omega, Adam Cole, baby, and the Young Bucks. Those 4 versus Bryan, Danielson, and I'm starting to get used to calling him this now. Starting to get used to this. Christian Cage and Jurassic Express, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Absolutely love this match. It was one of those where everybody got their shit in. I'm sitting here just watching this match, and I'm just kicked back, and I'm like, I can't believe it's one of those things where, you squint your eyes, you rub them, and you go, oh, wow, that is on my TV. I still can't believe the former Bryan Danielson is on my TV on Wednesday and Friday nights now. Late Friday nights for that match. For that much. This past couple years has been just crazy to watch what's happening with these brands. Everything going on with Impact Wrestling, AEW growing by the numbers, starting another show, all these company relationships, the forbidden door being kicked open with New Japan and NWA and everybody, just everybody working together. It's so good. And then, WWE's off in this other corner, just, trying to figure out how to pull their head out of their ass. It's impossible. It's not going to happen. Breath is going to smell forever, folks. This is a fun match. Super Elite get the win here. I believe it was excuse me, Jungle Boy. You're famous, Bell's Boy. You became a fuck up while I was live. One of my fuck ups, that is. I believe Jungle Boy took the pin here. I loved Luchasaurus here. Man, I mean, they don't feature him a ton lately, but when they do, damn. Like those tag titles gotta happen sometime, right? Right? Sometime? Or are they so over they don't need the tag titles? Is it one of those things? So I've never really been on board with that. It's like, no, man, when you're that over, fucking give them the titles, at least for a while, let them sniff it at least. Jeez. Next we get Mox. He's pissed off. God, Mox is always pissed off. He's like, my life is nuts now. My newborn girl, this kid is insane. And he's talking about this ladder match coming up. He's like, this is going to be crazy. He wants that title shot. He really does. CM Punk, him in that stage diving, Jiminy Christmas, makes me nervous. It shouldn't, but it does, but that's just him. He's like, complete opposite of No Balls Omega. Goes to the ring for his promo, and he's chatting with Philadelphia, about his history in the town. And he's like, well, should I wrestle or should I buy everyone cheesesteaks? And so the crowd is a very firm answer here. They want him to wrestle. He's like, all right, I'll wrestle. You guys go buy yourself your own cheesesteaks, so it's a little chuckle. And then he talks about Daniel Garcia. Apparently had a run-in with him. I must have missed it. It must have been on another show that I missed or something. Maybe it was the one that I didn't review a few weeks ago. I don't know. But Friday night, he and Daniel Garcia are going to have a match. I'm excited about this because this Daniel Garcia kid is amazing. And there are so many good young blue chippers on this roster. We saw a bunch of them on this show tonight. And it's just all the more reason just to love this brand because they're all given the opportunity to shine. I'm sorry, Keith. Did I make you hungry? I'm talking about Philly cheesesteaks. He goes, Philly cheesesteak. Yeah, that's right. Mox is never happy. That's right. That crazy son of a bitch. He said, well, he showed up in Defy on the West Coast recently, had a match with Shaft, somebody, I forget who, and talked about being filthy. It's like, yeah, you filthy animal, you. So, this Friday, I'm very excited about this. CM Punk trying like hell to get those Friday ratings up. Hey, let's throw Daniel Garcia in a match against CM Punk. You think it's going to help? Probably not, unfortunately. Because people just don't want to do late night wrestling on Friday nights, sadly. I'll watch it if I'm up. It's fine. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to be up. But usually it's like every other week. I'm busy with my son, so it becomes like a Saturday morning thing then, So it is what it is, That's the time slot. I'm sure TNT is still happy with whatever numbers go through. I don't really pay attention to that. I mean, I check it out, but I don't lose my mind and then go on a Twitter rant like, oh my God, I can't believe Rampage is plummeting or whatever it is. Like, whatever. It is what it is. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. It's the same. It's like Trent says. And he's right. It's the same 2 million fans that watch wrestling. They're just all split up and they all watch different shit. Very rarely do they all get together and watch the same thing, which is usually SmackDown. You can have it. I hear it's better than Raw, but anyways, I digress. Bobby Fish comes out to go after the TNT title that Sammy Guevara is defending. Bobby Fish comes out to a theme. It sounds like it's like the Misfits or it's something. I'm not a big Punk guy, but I know I've heard this theme before, and I'm pretty sure this was his theme back in Ring of Honor, Indies, possibly New Japan, any of them. If anybody's familiar with what his theme is, let me know. But I think that's pretty cool that Tony Khan is willing to make that happen for him. Pretty cool. And hey, Lakers, what's up, brother? How you doing tonight? I did hear some little news bit about why Europe's final countdown didn't get picked or picked/used for Bryan Danielson. I guess they did inquire on it. They tried to get it, but apparently they wanted just a ridiculous amount of money for it, and the band only wanted it played like 10 times a year, which is not going to happen. That means that, that Bryan Danielson is going to be limited to 10 appearances a year in AEW. No, sorry. We want him more than that. So it just wasn't going to happen. I was like, damn. Used to like you guys. No, look, it's a business, They want to get their piece of the pie. It just came at too high a price. So they did a remix of Ride of the Valkyries, Fight of the Valkyries, whatever it's called. Did a little remix of it. I like it. It's cool. Starts out like OG style with the trumpets, and then goes into gets the crowd going. Gets them all chanting yes for some reason. I don't know. Guess that's a thing. All right, so Bobby Fish. I don't know where the hell we're going with this, man. Jiminy Christmas. TNT title match. Bobby Fish versus Sammy Guevara. Love this too. Bobby Fish looked great. He looks healthy. Worked really well with Sammy. Sammy wins out of nowhere. And when he pinned him, who's ringing my bell? Who is ringing my bell? Oh boy. We will read that later. All right. All right. Focus. We'll try to move this along. Great match. Let me know your thoughts in the chat of Bobby Fish. Number one, how do you think he looked in this match? I thought he looked great. Working with someone who's literally half his age. He lost in his debut match, but it was still great to see, I'm sure there was a lot of people that thought maybe Bobby Fish, Bobby wishes he could win. Bobby Fish was going to win. It was like, well, he can't lose his debut match, right? Well, people do sometimes lose their debut match. It just depends on the circumstances. Big picture here. So Courtney, breaking news from the El Telefono of JAYBONE. Keith says Bobby Fish versus DB. DB? It's BD. No, it's not DB anymore. Would be awesome. Yes, it would. Absolutely. I agree. And then Scorpio Sky with Dan Lambert and the rest of America Top Team come out and just destroy Sammy Guevara. Fuego comes out. God bless Fuego, man. Coming out there all by his own, 120 pounds, all 120 pounds of him coming out there to try to, fight this losing battle. I have no clue what he weighs. Probably 170-ish, soaking wet. I'm just kidding. He gets clobbered. Then Chris Jericho comes out with Hagar and for the rescue and scares off American Top Team with Dan Lambert and then Scorpio Sky. And so then they put up a challenge for their hometown in Miami for a 3-on-3 America's Top Team featuring Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, and Junior Del Santos making is this his professional wrestling debut? He didn't do anything in the E, did he? I don't think he did. I know some like MMA people show up and kick some shit around, but they don't really have a match. Like boxing guy, what was his name? Nick Fury or whatever his name, Rick Fury, had a few matches or one match or something. I don't know. Someone else from AAA came in WWE for like a hot cup of coffee and had a match. Can't even remember who the hell that was. I could picture him. I can't think of his name. But anyways. So yeah, we see this once in a while. Cain Velasquez. Yeah. That's it, Courtney. Thank you. I think that's it. Thank you. As far as I know, he's still kind of floating around AAA, but AAA isn't exactly doing a lot these days, so who knows what they're doing. Kane was Dominic's uncle in the WWE. I don't remember this. Anyways, so I recognize a few of these guys. I recognize a few names because you see posters and shit like, oh, so-and-so is fighting so-and-so on Saturday night at the UFC pay-per-view for $79 or whatever the fuck it is. So, yeah. So they challenge Chris Jericho to a 3-on-3. Sky, Page, Junior Dos Santos is going to take on three members of it's like God, I haven't even like seen them together for a while, so like you can't think of what the hell. The Inner Circle. Jiminy Christmas. Jericho, Hager, and Sammy Guevara. Does this mean that Junior Dos Santos and Hager are going to have a match like on the other side of the platform in the MMA world in like Bellator or something? Because I don't even know where America Top Team like I don't know if they're in Bellator. I don't know if they're UFC. I don't know like where their branch of operations is in, you know, as far as where they fight. I have no clue. But I know America Top Team has been a thing, you know, for many years now. So yeah, we'll see. Now I don't know when the Miami date is either. I know it's coming up, and I'm guessing later in October, November-ish, whatever. Is that next week? I don't know. Courtney, can I just say how hot Paige Van Zandt looked? Now, I've seen her fight before. She's a badass. I didn't recognize her just because I haven't seen her fight in a long time, but I've seen a couple of her matches. She's good. She's good. Next week or at least 2 weeks' time. Yeah, it's coming up. I know they had some back-to-back dates coming up in Miami. Now, I think it's one of those where it's a Saturday night, possibly. Because I know they got a couple Saturday night ones due to, I think, other sports going on, which is why it's not on Wednesday. I'm guessing it's because of baseball playoffs on TNT or something. I don't know. That's a guess. All right. I'll have to check my calendar on that one. Then we get a promo from the Acclaimed. They're taking on the Lucha Bros on Rampage for those tag titles. Can't wait for that. I still like the Acclaimed. I'm not going to, ban them out of my mouth for, forever. It's like, all right. So, yeah, you went too far. I'll forgive them. They are talented. And I still enjoy the gimmick. But yeah, for stepping away for a while, suspension, whatever he had to do, I have no clue. So, yeah, I'm okay with seeing him back. So, hopefully he learned his lesson. So, yeah, Acclaim versus Lucha Bros on Rampage. Tony Schiavone and Aubrey Edwards in the middle of the ring. They announced the TBS Championship. It's going to be a women's championship that's going to be featured because eventually Dynamite is going to go to TBS come 2022. So that's exciting. It's like we knew that was coming, but to now find out that there's going to be another title attached to the women's division, and hopefully this just really helps kickstart it in the right direction. Like it's slowly, very slowly getting better for the women. I know a lot of their matches are featured on Dark and Elevation. They only put a few on between Rampage and Dynamite. We'd like to see more, obviously. So hopefully with this title, they'll start featuring more, sign a couple more interesting names, and really, really get things going. JR interviews Darby Allen and discussing the very controversial promo that MJF put on him, saying that he's not gonna let MJF rattle him because he lived it. It's just who he is. So good on Darby Allen for keeping focus throughout all this. Darby Allen with Sting then versus Nick Comoroto. Man, that guy's a beast. Every time I see Nick Comoroto, I like him a little more. Feels like he's really starting to he's still, I don't want to say green, because I don't know how many matches he's really having behind the scenes and stuff. Obviously, he's still training. I feel like with his look and his talents, he could absolutely have a big future in wrestling. Just become just a monster. I'm a firm believer in that. Dante Martin in the ring then, issuing an open challenge because he's been on fire. This kid's been great. Don't sleep on Dante Martin. He's another young kid like Darby and Sammy Guevara, who is absolutely going to lead this company forward as far as like smaller guys that really are going to be just ones to watch, like X Division style and whatnot. He's something. Yeah, Violet. Nick's a throwback. Totally. I was trying to think of who he reminded me of earlier. And I was thinking that wrestler that was one of the first episodes of Dark Side of the Ring. It's Brody something Brody. I can't think of his name, but you know who I'm talking about. Big bushy hair, crazy beard, crazy face, and just destroyed everybody. He met up with Abdul the Butcher on down. Kicking myself because now it's like I can picture him, and I can't think of his freaking name. Somebody else in the chat will wake me up to it. So, Dante Martin, open challenge. Lights go out. Well, only one person. Bruiser Brody. Thank you, Violet. Appreciate it. Bruiser Brody. That's it. Kept thinking Brody Lee, but Brody Lee was also inspired by Bruiser Brody. Totally. So yeah, Malachi Black comes out, spits the mist in Dante Martin's face, and then just wipes him out with the black mass. Just totally knocks him out. He rolls out of the ring, and Malachi, lights go out, lights come back on. Dante Martin's not even around. Then we find out later he rolled out of the ring. He's on the mic and he says, He says, "Oh, I accept your challenge." It's like, oh, thanks, Malachi Black. It's great to know. Thank you. So I'm assuming these two are actually going to have a match sooner rather than later. I'm guessing either, I don't know if they already announced it, if it's going to be like Rampage or next Dynamite, something. I don't know. FTW World Champ, calling him FTW World Champ. I thought it was just, I didn't think of him as a world champ. But I suppose if Taz defended it all over the world, then I suppose it still technically is a world championship. It's just been taking a very long nap. That's right, Pete. That's right, Keith. Poor Dante. Exactly. Poor Dante. So Ricky Starks is out there, cuts a promo on Brian Cage. Brian Cage runs out after being told that he wasn't even there. And he's like, screw you, I am here. Runs out, he attacks Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks gets rescued from Team Taz. And these two are going to face each other on, I believe, Rampage. I got to check the card, but I'm pretty sure they're finally going to get their match. It's going to be a Philly street fight. So Brian Cage is finally getting featured. Hopefully he's happy with this and not whining and bitching and moaning. Oh, no, wait, that was his wife. I digress. You're on TV. Don't complain, dude. You're in a number 2 brand. Don't complain. You were in a match with Sting. Jiminy Christmas. Don't complain. God. Some people. That's right. Still love them. Women's Locker Room speaks on the TBS title tournament that's coming up in January. Thunder Rosa, Sky Blue. Chi-Tone. Yeah. Wow. Time for bed, folks. Good night. Chi-Town's very own Sky Blue is going to be featured in this tournament. Very interesting. Man, are they sick? Because I thought that I thought she was doing stuff with NWA, but maybe that was just a per appearance deal and there was nothing really inked on paper there. Who knows? Man, Sky Blue's fun to watch. I've seen her in with this whole restart of AAW in Chicago, Trent's brand. It's a lot. It's a lot of women they're featuring lately, and Sky Blue is one of them. So yeah, if you have not watched that lately, please go check them out. She's a lot of fun to watch. I don't want to say she's green, but she's maybe she's just new to my eyes, so I feel like she hasn't been around. I don't know how long she's honestly been around. I got to do some research on her. She's pretty good. Courtney says, my friend John Lopez is friends with Sky Blue because they train in the same place together. Oh, interesting. Oh, very cool. So yeah, and then who else here? Jade Cargill, Ruby Soho. So yeah, the slots are filling up quick for this tournament, and I'm sure they're going to give us some more information in the weeks. I really can't. Well, I guess you could say months ahead. It's all leading into the beginning of the next year because they said it's going to start January 5th on TBS or something like that. Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deebs. This was promoted heavily as the possible 50th match or 50th win, of Hikaru Shida. And they even had a plaque ready and everything. And it's like, oh, well, this is a given. Of course she's going to win. You know, Serena Deeb's going to put her over. Big win for Hikaru Shida beating Serena Deeb. I mean, it was just you could see it coming a mile away until it didn't. Until it didn't. Shocked. You know, it really felt like Hikaru Shida was going to win here. She hasn't been featured a whole lot lately, but this win certainly would have been, you know, a way to kind of kick her back on TV properly or whatever, you know, however you want to put it. Serena Deeb has been out for several weeks with another injury. She had some scoping done on her knee or something to that effect. I can't even imagine. It's got to be horrible. But she's back. She looked great. This was a wonderful women's match. It really was. But Serena Deeb pulls off the win here. And the crowd just, oh, man. Because the fans, the AEW wrestling fans love themselves some Hikaru Shida. She held that women's championship and defended it with pride and grace during a pandemic when no fans were around. I can't even imagine being a champ and going out there and doing your thing, and you go out to show your championship and there's no one out there to show it off to. And Hikaru Shida did it all the time. So props to her. I mean, I absolutely believe she's going to be champ again someday. I feel like, you know, using my quote fingers for those on audio, like the wrestling gods are going to shine down on her again someday. Absolutely. You know, it's something to be said about what she did, you know. In fact, she was the first. You probably can't see it because it's a little dark, but there's no other way. No, it is over here. Right in the middle. Hikaru Shida. First women's AEW fig I got. In fact, speaking of figs, picked up this lovely knockout the other day. Just ignore the logo in the top corner. Oop, covered up the wrong one. Jiminy Christmas. Picked me up a Chelsea green. These figs just hit the stores. And first time in the line and last time in the line, I guess. Shouldn't make that joke, but it's true. Series 122. And this is a variant, folks. So this one's kind of a rare one. So I was very excited to find this one. The other one is her purple ring gear. So yeah, this is the all black. In fact, I think she wore this on Impact, if I'm not mistaken. I have to double check, but I think she wore something very similar to this on Impact. So yeah, that's going to go up, I don't know, somewhere. I'm running out of room in my walls. I'm going to have to just hang them from the ceiling. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, Chelsea green added to the collection recently within the last couple days. All right, back to the show here. So yeah, so Serena Deeb picks up a win, booed heavily, shot, and then she takes the glass, plaque, I guess if you say, it's plaque, and yes, CM Chris, it's awkward that had a WWE logo on it, but whatever. It is what it is. So yeah, she gets beat with the glass plaque that she was supposed to win for the 50th win in AEW. So did not happen yet. I'm sure it's going to happen soon. Maybe they'll make a really big story about this. Like she'll lose a few more or something. Who knows? Who knows? But this was good. I mean, I'm happy that Serena Deeb is back, but it really seems like they're going to be featuring her now as maybe another top heel. We'll see. Oh, she's never done that before. Maybe she'll shave her head. I'm just kidding. Pinnacle attacks Darby Allen in the back. And so then Darby Allen accepts, or how did it go? Oh, Darby's asked about the match, a challenge from MJF. Darby Allen accepts. Limo shows up, and he is attacked from all of the Pinnacle under masks and just beaten to a pulp. So he is not cleared for a match at this coming Dynamite. So who knows when this match is going to happen. Maybe they'll save this for Full Gear because that's coming up. Is that a month from now? Give or take a little, I think. November, early November, I think. I forget. I'll have to look. Leo Rush promo on Dante Martin. Sounds like he wants to help him. Does he? Does he really? I am pretty excited about Leo Rush getting signed. He is very talented. I'm glad he didn't retire. Now we just need someone else to come out of retirement again. ACH, your card's being pulled. It's time for you to come to the ring. Thank you. Violet says November 13th. That's Full Gear. Thank you. So yeah, it's just over a month away. Awesome. Keith says the Pineapples attack Darby. Can't imagine a pineapple under a mask. That's just awkward. But it happened, right? Happened. Tony Schiavone with Britt Baker and Rebel and Hater there with as well, talking about this announcement of the TBS women's title. She says, finally, something else for the women to go after besides just me. DMD. So that was cute, short but sweet. Then we get into the main event here. The main event, the casino ladder match. And the winner of this will get an opportunity to face Kenny Omega. Lots of great people in this match. Just loaded with sick table spots, ladder spots. We got Orange Cassidy starting out with Pac. And Pac's just shaking his head like, really, dude? Let's have a match here, because Orange Cassidy's just starting out with this gimmick. He's just fucking with him, Pac's just walking around like, come on, man. Then we got Andrade coming out. He has some horrible bumps, crazy. Matt Hardy, which also was added to the collection recently. That is right up there. Good old Matt Hardy. He's broken there, but that's okay. Still cool to collect them. Lance Archer comes out and just, destroys everyone. Which, if you folks missed out on the TNI throwback that we did on Tuesday, Lance Archer, a.k.a. Dallas, made his debut on that episode 80. What did we do? 86, 87? I think it was 87. Just wild seeing a young Lance Archer out there. This is 2004 Dallas. So it's almost 20 years later. Crazy, hey? Just crazy. Lot more tattoos, a lot more crazy ass hair. Mox comes out, he's tearing everything up. Then we get the Joker. And it's starting to feel like it's going to get another, free agent out there roaming around in free agent land. No. the returning Hangman Adam Page. Man, did this place pop. Almost a CM Punk decibel level chant or cheer when he came out, when that music started. That was something. That was really something. This crowd with an immediate cowboy shit chant. Oh my God, that was priceless. This was a lot of fun. This could have went anyways, but as soon as Hangman Adam Page came out, you kind of had a feeling, oh, all right, he's back. He's back. And well, he was on posters for some other places. I don't think it was this place. I don't think it was Philly. I thought it was some show coming up in November, like prior to Full Gear, something like that. Either prior or right after Full Gear. But no, he returned here like a month early. So really, really shocked a lot of people. So good on him. He wins this. He wins the casino ladder match, grabs the giant hanging chip. Kind of cracks me up. But hey, can't do the whole briefcase thing because that's all been done, or the clipboard with a contract on it. That's been done a billion times. So he can't do the X. Can't do the X because that other company, little old TNA Impact Wrestling, has done that with the X. So no, let's throw the casino chip up there. The thing is massive. It's like this big. Not exactly easy to pull off of there. I think it'd be a lot easier if it was like a size of a frisbee, but no, man, this thing is huge. Crazy. So yeah, Hangman wins. Place goes nuts, and that's how we wrap up the show. Now, during the first break of the Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes show, or Rhodes to the Top, whatever it's called, during that commercial break, they were going to talk to him live, via Tony Schiavone. So I'm sure that'll be a separate promo that's already put out there on the socials. So yeah. And I can't wait to watch this episode of Rhodes to the Top, because man, it's all mishaps dealing with Brandy's pregnancy and Cody's fucking up, like he's making mistakes, like he's trying to plan all this stuff accordingly, and he's just screwing up, and it's cute, like I've been there, done that, so I can chuckle and point at that because I've been there and done that. It was a long time ago, but still I've gone through that where you do your best to keep up with everything that's going on, and it's not easy, folks. It's not easy. So it's a lot of fun. Elijah Washington on the Twitch with a question here. Snuck it in. I was just about to wrap it up. So yeah, if there's any other last minute questions, throw them in the chat because I'm going to wrap this up fairly soon. Elijah Washington says, JAYBONE, how you feel about Lio Rush and AEW? LOL. Do you think he build a Wall Street stable and Lio is the new IRS? Who's the Ted, assuming you mean Ted DiBiase in AEW? He's kind of done this like rich gimmick before. I think they tried to do this in NXT right before he got called up to the main roster with Lashley. Excuse me. or he did it in a video or something. I've seen this gimmick before. So, I mean, it sounds like he knows what he's talking about. He's very good with his promos. I am excited to see him in AEW. I mean, they've been hiring a lot of people, and we've had that discussion a lot as far as like, all right, now you hire all these people, now you got to do something with them. Well, they got a lot of different shows, so you can throw them all over the place, but, you know, you can't keep them on dark forever, especially a guy like Leo. He'll want out. So, what? So Tony must have wrote the proper, amount on the check to him because he came out of retirement, and I don't know how much he's going to be doing New Japan, but that might have been part of the deal where he still is able to do New Japan. We'll see. I don't know what's going on with Strong. I know they're doing some touring dates now. I don't know if he's on those. We'll have to see. I am excited about those though. I'll have to ask Bill about those. I think he's been to one or two. Well, I know he's been to one or two, but I don't. There was one on the West Coast. I think there's one in Philly. I think there's one in Texas, New York, possibly. Not sure. But yeah, I'm excited. As far as him building a stable, I don't know. I don't know who you would put with him. Maybe that other guy who's been on BTE doing the whole Hollywood thing. Ziggler's brother, is it Ryan Nemeth? He's a Hollywood guy. Maybe you put him with him. I don't know. I just keep him solo for now. Maybe. Who knows? Keith with a question here. Oops, I missed it. Wait, where'd it go? Where did it go? Oh, Bell's Boy. Sorry, I read the wrong thing. JAYBONE, do you see Hangman Page cashing in his chip and beating Omega for the title at Full Gear? Yes, absolutely. It should have happened already, but life happens. We've said that a billion times. Yeah, Full Gear is absolutely the time. If they don't do it then, and I have no clue. I mean, yeah, there's people that can do it. Because it feels like Bryan Danielson is staying in the hunt. So I don't know if that becomes a three-way at Full Gear to make it really interesting. But, are they going to slingshot him that quick to a title? I feel like Hangman Adam Page you got to give it to him. You can't let all these new free agents come in and sneak ahead. You gotta thank the ones that are there from day one, like Hangman Adam Page, who is this close to winning it from Jericho, but you put a guy like Jericho at the top of the brand to bring the eyes to the brand. That's business. You may not like it, but that's business. And I get that. I can respect that. It was a smart decision. But now it's time for Hangman Adam Page. The fans are there. The fans are behind him. That's a solid, like every time he comes out now, man, it's a pop. Especially this return tonight, that's a dead given. It's time. It's time to put the belt on him. But then what do you do with Bryan Danielson? Do you just kind of like slowly fade him back? I don't know. I'm excited to see that match again, but I don't want to see the opportunity taken away from Hangman Adam Page. Do you make it a three-way? I don't know. Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think? Do you make it a three-way? Do you just fade Bryan out? Or I don't know. It's a kind of a tough one because now you've sold this on this Omega Danielson thing that should happen again because the first match was unbelievable. So he deserves a rematch because he went a half an hour with him. I don't know. I don't know. Hell, throw CM Punk in there too. No, I'm just kidding. We don't need that right away. Courtney loves Ryan Nemeth. He is hot. Jeff Samuel says Leo Rush and Peter Avalon. Chimney Christmas. Leo Rush is like, I did not come back for this goof. No. Just scrolling the chat here, seeing if there's any last minute stuff. Randy Sams says, sup, JAYBONE. Last question. I'm like Serena as a heel. She could be the Dean Malenko of the women's division. Oh, I like that. I like that comparison. It's a smart decision, and I hope she wins the new TBS women's belt. What do you think? Or you want to see, or who you want to see win it? I don't know. There's so many good women out there that can represent. You're right alongside whoever is the AEW Women's Champion. I love me some Thunder Rosa. Jade Cargill is a beast. Ruby, of course, would be a popular vote. Too early for someone like Sky Blue. Excuse me, but there's plenty of other women who have to get at least a shot at this because you got to feature them because they haven't been featured in a while. Yeah, that's a tough one. Serena Deeb would be a decent one. I mean, if this is the start of you building Serena Deeb as like a big heel, I'm all for it, because there's plenty of other baby faces out there that are very popular, like Thunder Rosa. Oh, excuse me. Ruby Soho, Sky Blue. Well, half of the other women are, So yeah, we'll see. We got time. All right, let's make that it. We're gonna get out of here. We can cut this off at like an hour and a half. So Violet says maybe Rush will work with Dante is till his brother comes back. Yeah, I mean if they're gonna do like a legit tag team, and then maybe Leo will turn on him and he'll start something. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever Leo does, he can make it work. He's very talented. And he's got the charisma to pull it off. Absolutely. 100%. Totally. All right. That's it for this one. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in tonight. So, yeah. Tomorrow, back to TNI, doing all the Impact stuff. I don't know who's joining me. I never know anymore. I always find out last minute. Maybe I'll hire that Trent guy again. Who knows? He is going to get on here. He's still kind of jet lagging from the whole trip thing, so he's easing back into stuff between work and play and everything. He's a busy guy. I said, look, just come on when you can. I know he's going to come on. Hopefully next week. We'll see. It's getting interesting. So I'd love to hear his opinion on this. Maybe we'll get Mark in here too. That was the original plan. Impact stuff tomorrow night, and then back here Friday. I'm going to try to do Rampage stuff, maybe some news Friday night, because I really want to see that Punk match versus Daniel Garcia and talk about it. That's going to be great. Acclaim versus Lucha Brothers, amongst some other stuff that got announced that I can't even think of. That's okay. It's a loaded 1 hour. It's fun stuff. It's easy to talk about. Throw in some news. Good late night, quick Friday show. Maybe that's when we'll do some talk about Knockouts Knockdown for the next day, because that's going to be Saturday. Who knows? But I will be covering it because I'll be free. So looking forward to that. Can't wait. Should be a lot of fun. Get to see some Impact knockouts, some new faces as well. You know, who knows what their future is. I think they're going to sign hopefully about half of them. Maybe most of them. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. So that's it. Thanks, everyone. We'll see y'all tomorrow over that other little podcast called Total Nonstop Impact. Don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button on your way out. Check all the links in the description, including the new merch stuff. Actually, all the new merch stuff is over on TNI. I gotta come up with some new merch stuff of my own. You know, unless you dig the new skull biting the Smash This podcast. I've had some sales off of that. That's fun stuff. I need to buy some of my own. What's great is if there's something in there, if you check it out and there's something that you don't see, go to the custom and scroll through all the men's and women's tees. If it's a specific kind of t-shirt that you like to order, they have a ton of different kinds. I didn't put them all in the shop. So, yeah, it's all customizable. You can shrink the logo. You can make it bigger. All sorts of stuff. That's why I love this, because it's all very fan-friendly, we'll call it. So, all right. We're getting out of here this time. Honestly, we are. And we'll see you tomorrow. Much love, everyone. Good night.